Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Don Johnson.
And I'm Terry Briggs. Here's what's happening in your city.
You're going to stand at the entrance and we are going to count down, okay?
It's about the last place you'd expect anyone to be on a frigid February Saturday morning in Grand Prairie.
Let's do this! Yeah!
But there was no stopping more than 70 people who braved the cold weather and even colder water at the first annual Epic Plunge at Epic Water's indoor and soon-to-be outdoor water park.
3, 2, 1!
Mayor Ron Jensen, Epic Water's operations manager Rick Coleman, and GM Michael Hayes were among the hardy souls who made good on a pledge to wade into the chilly waters of the park's new outdoor wave pool no matter what. That pledge also included a $50 entry fee for everyone that went in, which goes to Playgrand Adventures, the city's all-inclusive playground currently under construction next door.
My legs are so scared!
It all made for an experience that was not only exhilarating but very worthwhile and definitely memorable, which could also be said for some of the post-plunge interviews.
When they said go, I just tried to have a steady pace out there, get it over with. And it was on my bucket list. I've always wanted to do a polar plunge, and I did it today.
I think this is more eventful to have it on a 40-degree day than a 70-degree day. Come on. You remember this.
Yeah. I looked at the thermometer this morning, it was like 39. All right. But it was amazing to see as many people come out as did. I mean, this is fantastic. And it's always like this with this community, specifically here at Epic. And so I'm amazed at how many people were willing to dip in this super cold water.
I think it's just a really good cause. The Playground Adventures is a really great opportunity for kids who don't normally get the opportunity to play on a playground with other kids and with their parents. I just think it's a really cool thing for them.
Playgrand Adventures is scheduled to open in the fall of 2019, while the Epic Waters Wave Pool will be ready in May.
It doesn't have to be going to the zoo, doing these big things. You're not there to entertain, you're there to mentor.
Investing in Grand Prairie's future is the goal of a new partnership between the city and the people from Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Let's concentrate a little bit more on our circle of influence.
It's called Mayor's Mentors, an initiative by Mayor Ron Jensen to recruit volunteers to become a big brother or big sister to the more than 60 Grand Prairie boys and girls currently on a waiting list for adult mentorship.
I say this all the time because I believe in it.
Jensen was joined by City Council members, Police Chief Steve Dye,
my little is Angela,
GPTV Public Information Officer and Big Sister Chelsea Kretz, and representatives from Big Brothers Big Sisters Lone Star Greater Dallas to help kick off the campaign. And they were all encouraged by a bigger than expected crowd that came to either sign up to get more information about the program or to fill out an online application to become a mayor's mentor on the spot.
We had seating for 55 and we had to bring in seats, so by the end of the night we had 70 here. Everybody was enthused. We had people signing up, turning in their cards. It was great.
I'm not surprised at all that we had to bring in extra chairs to tonight's event because they showed up and they want to give back and they're always asking how can we help the police department, what can we do? This is the best way that they can help us, is to just be a mentor to a child. That way that child grows up feeling loved, feeling cared about, and feeling acknowledged.
Just understanding that I could actually do something, to help out. You're in a community, you feel like, you got to help out when you can.
Just to be able to give back and live into the future of Grand Prairie and the future of North Texas through mentorship, that's how you do it. You start with kids when they're young and you just invest a little bit at a time and it'll pay back dividends for literally decades.
If you'd like to know more about how to become a mayor's mentor or Big Brothers Big Sisters, log on to gptx.org/mayor's mentors or go to bbbstx.org.
Grand Prairie is expanding its popular traffic signal box art project. The city is adding 22 locations and using the same process as last year to select artists for the job. Artists may submit proposals for direct painting, vinyl wraps, or both. Proposals must be based on two themes: celebrate the environment, similar to last year, or celebrate literacy in libraries, something new for 2019.
I don't think people realize the beautiful things the libraries contribute to our community, including free and equal access to resources like the internet and job searching and of course all those wonderful things that happen when you read a book, imagination. So the artists are going to have a big challenge. How do you portray libraries and literacy on a traffic signal box?
The Traffic Signal Box Art Project is open to any Texas resident. Selected artists could receive a commission of up to $2,000. Proposals must be submitted by February 22nd, and the winners will be announced on March 4th. The makeovers are supposed to be completed by the end of November.
I'm very excited about the opportunity to put art out in the neighborhoods without any really official galleries here in the city. This is an outdoor gallery and it gives all citizens equal access. We'll be sprinkling these out in all the council districts, and I'm really excited for people who don't get to see and enjoy art to have just a little bit of joy in their commute.
You can find more information about the project and a how-to video by visiting gptx.org/publicart/traffic signal box project.
A popular celebration is back and as loud as ever in Grand Prairie. The traditional fireworks at Asia Times Square usher in the Chinese New Year and the arrival of the Year of the Pig. As always, the occasion calls for lion and dragon dances, martial arts demonstrations, and many other traditions that go back hundreds of years. Chinese New Year is also known as Lunar New Year because it is determined by phases of the moon and the Chinese calendar. The official Lunar New Year was on February 5th, but the tradition calls for a festival before and after, which can last up to a month, and in Grand Prairie, that also means a little rain. But it wasn't enough to dampen anyone's excitement or stop the annual show that has become a must-see for so many.
You know what? It's actually quite fitting because we are welcoming the Year of the Pig, which means fortune, prosperity. And the Asian saying, when there's rain, there's money coming in. So it's actually quite fitting. And then we lit up the firecrackers, so it was a great day. We do try to continue that tradition. We do celebrate here at Asia Times Square for 2 weekends at least. And it gives a lot of people a chance to come out and visit our facility. And our celebration here is an all-inclusive celebration. We invite everyone to come and join our celebration.
Lowe says this is the 12th straight year that Asia Times Square has hosted its Lunar New Year celebration.
A part of Grand Prairie history is back on the street. The city's very first modern fire truck, this 1939 Ford, has been restored to working condition. The truck was in service for almost 20 years, and when it was retired, it was pretty much forgotten. About 2 years ago, a group of volunteers began restoring it with the help of nearly $150,000 in private funds. The job required some very creative engineering to rebuild the mostly wooden truck with metal parts to make it roadworthy.
It was a matter of fabricating that metal to look like the wood. It's not something you just go get plans on, so they had to take the old wood and then draw some diagrams out with it, and then cut the metal out and then form it so that it worked where it needed to. We wanted it museum quality, but we didn't want it to be a museum piece. We wanted something we'd be able to get out into the public. We could drive in parades and funerals, put on display so that people could come out and see it and possibly ride around on it.
Kerry says the vehicle offers firefighters and the public an important perspective on the growth of Grand Prairie.
In the fire service particularly, we love the history of the fire service. We love to hang on to the past so that we can remember where we came from and what we had to work with back then as compared to what we have now.
The truck is expected to make its debut at public events starting this spring.
And I did want it lively.
The trademark blue and yellow Big Top is back at Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie. which means another one-of-a-kind entertainment experience is about to spring into action. While 48 acrobatic artists work on perfecting their moves, nearly 70 crew members are busy getting everything else ready for Cirque du Soleil's Amaluna, which opens for a 40-day run there on January 23rd.
The show is beautiful, it's very colourful, it's mostly women, it's mostly, the band is all female, which is nice. There's a lot of aerial acrobatics, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's an awesome show.
Loosely inspired by William Shakespeare's The Tempest, Amaluna is described as an acrobatic romance that takes place when a small group of men find themselves washed up on a mysterious island that is governed by goddesses. It's also described as kid-friendly, extremely colorful, and unforgettable.
It takes a lot of experience, a lot of practice, a lot of training, and a lot of dedication as well. And the people who do these shows are very passionate about what they do, so they put everything that they have into what they do. I hope that people, when they leave the show, they feel that it's been a once-in-a-lifetime experience and they'll never have that same experience again.
Amaluna runs through March 3rd. For tickets, showtimes, or more information, log on to CirqueDuSoleil.com.
That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you'll join us again next time.